What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over some football games for Saturday and Sunday, March 11th and 12th, 2023. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And I wish you guys the best luck on all your picks for this day, for these games, or for both these days. Let's go ahead and look at the games that I'll be going over. It's going to be the XFL. We're going to do the two games on Saturday, Roughnecks Guardians, Brahmas Sea Dragons. And then on Sunday, Renegades versus Battlehawks, Vipers, and Defenders. I'm just going to briefly go over it. I'm just going to pick out one or two things for each side and keep it moving. I'm not going to get too extensive with it. I don't want to make it too long of a video. But on this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the distance to the upcoming championship game. I have the location of the game, city, state, stadium, city, state, city. Wait, city, state. I think I said it right the first time. City, state, stadium, no coordinates. I do keep track of home team win-loss records. So this will be the 16th game. Actually, if we could start off, that's the last game of the week. 13th game would be the first game. Location up top. So I have the road team on the top here. The coach, the quarterback, their name Gematria, their season record, their all-time record, and as well as their all-time division record and their division record for the season. In the middle is the all-time head-to-head between the two, and at the bottom is the home team, their name Gematria, coach, quarterback, season record, home record, all-time record, and home record, all-time division record, and the season's division record, if it's a division game. Hopefully that all makes sense. Let's go ahead and get to the first game. Starting off with the Roughnecks on the road versus the Guardians. So if we start off with the home team here, what would make the home team win this game? Just one narrative here for the Guardians. This will be the 13th game of the XFL season this year. I keep track of home team win-loss records for the XFL, making this the 13th game. Guardians could become 1-3 like 13 for a season record with the win. They could become 1-3 like 13 for a division record for this season with the win. And they can also become 4-5 all time for a season record as a team. If you write out the number 13, comes to 45. It is a revenge narrative for the Guardians. This is the second time these two teams will be playing each other. They first played each other in 2020 in the first season. That was cut short. So Guardians could get some revenge here, become 1-1 head-to-head against the Roughnecks all time, as the Guardians become 1-1 at home like an 11. Then they would become 3-1 all time at home as a team, like 31, the 11th prime number. And so that's what I would put for the Guardians to win this game. If the Roughnecks were going to win this game, one or two narratives that help them out would be the number 40s. The word Guardians sums to 40. The words Orlando Guardians sums to 173, the 40th prime number. Roughnecks could become a perfect 4-0, like 40 for a season record with the win. Guardians would become 0-4 for a season record with a loss, which is just a reflection of 4-0, like 40. And then the same thing could happen to their division records. Roughnecks could become 4-0 for the season in division games with the win, as the Guardians become 0-4 with the loss. Looking at the calendar here for Saturday, March 11th, it'll be the 70th day of the year for the Gregorian, and the Roughnecks could become 7-0, like 70 all time for a division record as a team with the win. And I think that was it. I think it was just the 40s. I mean, Roughnecks, they're perfect 4-0. They're a perfect 9-0 all time as a team. They're a perfect 3-0 on the road. Like, Roughnecks haven't lost a single game for their entire history of their franchise. So, and Guardians seem to be having a rough time trying to win a game. I guess without the numbers, if you just look at that, you would think, okay, it'd probably be Roughnecks. But numbers-wise, that's what I would put for both sides on that one. Moving on to the next game here for Saturday, Brahmas versus the Sea Dragons. I'll start with the home team, the Sea Dragons, and then I'll poke out a few numbers for Brahmas to win. So starting with the Sea Dragons, if they were going to win this game, I didn't see a whole lot of numbers. The same numbers that favor Sea Dragons can also favor Brahmas as well. For example, the quarterback for Brahmas. Jack Cohen, he sums to 22. Brahmas could become 2-2 with the win. The Dragons can also become 2-2 for a season record with the win. And if the Dragons become 2-2 at home, or 2-2 for the season with the win in their second home game of the season, they would also become 2-2 at home all time as a team, like 22 against Brahmas and Jack Cohen, who sums to 22. What's interesting is the word Sea Dragons sums to 163, and their quarterback, Ben DiNucci, sums to 186. It will be the 167th day of the Hebrew civil year on Saturday, the 18th day of the 6th month for the Hebrew civil side of the calendar, like 186. So you have this 186 and this 167. Ben DiNucci, 186. Sea Dragons, 167. You know, I didn't look up the coaches or the quarterback's birthday distance from the game. So let's just look at it really quick. 11/24. 11/24, 2022. It'll be Saturday. So 107, 108 days since. I don't know. That doesn't really jump out at me. I know 107 is the 28th prime. I don't see any 108 connections here. Yeah, I haven't really been focusing too much on the birthday distances with XFL. Sometimes I'll put them, sometimes I won't. I'll probably put them as I'm writing up the pick for my Patreon page, but right now I just don't have it filled out. And I just put all these games together. But I thought it was interesting that his name and the Sea Dragons are lined up with the Hebrew Civil. I mean, there is 107 date numerology on the Hebrew Civil, it being 107, a distance of 107 days since his birthday. So that's interesting. What is it, a good or a bad thing for him? I don't know. But they do have a direct connection to the Hebrew calendar. And I don't know. That's all I really have for the Sea Dragons. Like I said, I only have like one or two narratives right now for each team. For the Brahmas, if the Brahmas was going to win, it would be the 37 date numerology on the Gregorian. If you write out 37, it sums to 132. And the Sea Dragons could become 1-3 for a season record, as well as 0-2 at home for the season. And it kind of has that 1-3-2 look to it, like the 132. 1-3 for the season, 0-2 at home, 1-3-2. 37 date numerology, 37 sums to 132. And then the word Sea Dragons sums to 103, as well as the words Seattle Sea Dragons sums to 103. Both 103 is the 27th prime number. The Sea Dragons could become 2-7 all time as a team with a loss like 27. And then you can say Jack Cohen sums to 22. Brahmas becomes 2-2 for a season record, even though that connection goes both ways. But And then also San Antonio Brahmas sums to 104. This is the 14th XFL game for the season. If you write out the number 14, it sums to 104. 14 sums to 104. So let's go. Let's move on to the next game for the Sunday games.
Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think's going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video.
Renegades versus the Battlehawks. So starting with the home team, I'll start with the home team first. If the Battlehawks were going to win this game, it is a day with 22 date numerology on the Gregorian. Renegades could become 2-2 for a season record with a loss, as well as 0-2 on the road for the season with the loss. You just have 2-2-2s there. They would sit on two away wins all time as a team with the loss to go with. Have that 2 there. So it could just be a bunch of 2s against the Renegades across the board. And then Battlehawks would become 2-0 head-to-head against the Renegades all-time as a head-to-head record. And their second all-time head-to-head match, another 2. Arlington Renegades sums to 127, the 31st prime number. Could be a reason why Battlehawks become 3-1 for a season record with a win, like 31. And honestly, that's about all I have for the Battlehawks. The Renegades, they have the same numbers. It's the same 31 and 22 number that I just talked about for the Battlehawks. Instead of the Renegades becoming 2-2 for a season record with the loss, the Battlehawks could become 2-2, like 22 for a season record with the loss on a day with 22 date numerology for the Gregorian, as they sit on 2 home wins all time as a team with the loss. So the 22 goes either way. And then also, instead of the Battlehawks becoming 3-1 for a season record, it could be the Renegades that become 3-1 for a season record with the win, because their name sums to Arlington Renegades 127, the 31st prime number. Their quarterback Drew Plitt sums to 127, the 31st prime number. 31 mathematically is the 11th prime number. They would become 1-1, like an 11 on the road, with the win to go with, as they get revenge 1-1 head-to-head against the Battlehawks all time as a team. So when it comes to the number 31, the Renegades definitely have a bigger favor with all the number connections. However, when it comes to the 2s, Renegades have more 2s that can hit for against them. So which is more important, the 22s or the 31s, basically? Let's go on to the last game for the for Sunday for the week. Starting with the home team, the Defenders, and then we'll go over some numbers for the Vipers. So this is the last game for week 4, played in Audi Field, which sums to 44. Defenders, the word written out sums to 44. They can get their 4th win for the season, become 4-0. As Vipers get their 4th loss for the season, becoming 0-4, like 44. The quarterback for the Defenders, Jordan Tamu, sums to 71. It will be the 71st day of the Gregorian year. I don't know if that necessarily points to anything, but that is a connection, I guess. This game being played in Audi Field, 71, and he plays for the home team. Which is, speaking of home team, I didn't really see any. They could become a perfect 6-0. I didn't really see a 60 connection. Perfect 3-0, like 30. I was thinking it was Saturday, because Saturday had 37 date numerology, 37 written out sums to 60, but this game's on Sunday with 38 date numerology. So I was gonna say the 60, but I just remembered This is on Sunday, the last game on Sunday. It's not on Saturday. So I couldn't use that connection. Unless I could say that the quarterback, Jordan Tamu, sums to 37, and we know 37 sums to 60 because Saturday has 37 date numerology, and I already have it written out. 37 sums to 60. So maybe that's the 37 connection. But outside of that, if the Vipers were going to win, it would just be the 13. Today has 13 date or Sunday, or Sunday has 13 date numerology. I'm forgetting what day it is. Sunday has 13 date numerology on the Gregorian. Vipers could become 1-3, like 13 for a season record with the win. What else, if anything? I don't know. They could become 2-7 all time, but I didn't really see a 27 connection. I guess we can say they could become 2-3, like 23 for a division record all time. 23, if you write it out, 23 sums to 163. The 38th prime number will be a day with 38 date numerology on the Gregorian. So I guess we can mark that in a gray. And then they could become 1-4 all time as a team. 1-4, 14. 14, if you write it out, sums to 41. The 13th prime number. Vipers become 1-3, like 13 on a day with 13 date numerology. So it could be something like that. And this game will be in DC. DC sums to an 11. Vipers could become 1-1 on the road, like an 11. As the Defenders become 3-1 for a season record with a loss, 31, the 11th prime number. I don't know, something like that, I guess. Right out 52. Yeah, so 52, if you write it out, sums to 38. And 38 date numerology on the Gregorian. Defenders could become 5-2, like 52 for a division record all time as a team with a loss. So I guess that would be the last thing I would put for that. You know, it's funny, I didn't even use my clicker to go through all the games. Sorry about that. To change the bottom there. Oh well. I'm a little toasty right now. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the support. Hopefully this all makes sense. I didn't want to make it too long of a video. It looks like it's going on 18 minutes, 20 minutes, probably after it's edited, after I add the intro and stuff. But hopefully this helps. Just a quick overview of what I've marked so far. I just quickly put these games together before pressing the record button. So I wanted to give at least 1 or 2 narratives for each side for all 4 of the games. And hopefully it helps. Hopefully it adds to a decode, get you started on the decode. I wish you guys the best luck on all your picks for Saturday and Sunday. And hopefully you win all the money in the world. And I'll see you guys in the next video.